Welcome everybody to another session. What's on the menu tonight? Well, it's going to be a leg session, but what kind of leg session I will determine in this short 8-minute drive. So, did my rehab, got a haircut, had a rather large dinner, so by all means I should be quite well rested for this session. Now, does that mean I should be doing my usual heavy ass squats? Well, I'm not entirely convinced that my lower back is completely healed from its tweak 2 leg sessions ago, but well, I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 4 sets, leg extensions, into squats, and I'm thinking of doing maybe like 3 or 4 sets of squats, and I'm thinking decreasing the weight, maybe squatting at like 80-90 kilos. But something that I haven't done enough of is squatting to failure, and I think it takes a bit of a technical skill, or perhaps experience, or maybe both, and if not more, to be able to squat to failure safely. So if I was going to try and practice, it would make sense to squat to failure at, a lower weight than 90-80% of my 1 rep max. That's what I'm thinking at least. So 4 sets leg extensions, 3 to 4 sets of squats. Depending on how my back feels, I might cut the squats short, but I definitely want to do at least 2 sets of squats. Just because, well, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this one out. If you're not good at squatting and you want to get better at squatting, you're gonna just have to squat some more. That's all there is to it. But don't be fooled into thinking that, I have to be perfect and in tip-top condition every time so that I can make some squat improvements. I mean, there is probably merit in that, but I think there's also value in just squatting in general, building that, what's the term? Neural connection in terms of that movement. Mind-muscle connection. One of the two. So after the squats, I'm torn between either doing calf raises and tib raises, or just banging out 4 sets of hamstrings. I think I'm gonna go with the hamstrings today. I mean, glutes are probably like my most neglected lower body muscle group, even though they are quite large. Not too sure why. I might have just had this weird thing against doing hip thrusts. Like I was embarrassed to do it back then, and it's sort of just like held consistent since. I'm obviously over it now, but it's just now it's like a matter of hamstrings or glutes. Which one do I want to hit? I want to grow my hamstrings. So it'll be maybe like 8 to 10 sets for quads, followed by 4 to 6 sets of hamstrings, followed by another meal when I get home. That'll be it. But really, it all depends on how my lower back is feeling, which obviously is going to come into play during the squat sessions. I never get lower back issues when I'm doing machine movements that are leg focused, I think. Yeah, maybe. Very unlikely. But that is the plan of attack for today. I mean, I don't do a strict sort of cardio regimen. But what I do is I just go and play sport like once or twice a week, which counts as like half an hour of cardio or so. Overall soreness of the legs currently, they're alright. Like, nothing debilitating. A bit of fatigue, I sense, but I don't think that's going to get in the way of having a cracker of a leg session. Well, that's the intent, at least, anyway. Which, I mean, I think if you're going into gym sessions with the mentality of like, oh, I just want to get in there and get out, I think that's okay, as long as whilst you are in there, you're training hard and you're working towards the goals that you're trying to achieve. You are a bad driver. Anyway, I don't think there's anything wrong with short sessions. Well, I mean, there are some things wrong, or more like there's opportunity cost, right? If you have a short session, this might mean you might not be able to warm up enough. It might mean that you don't get enough volume in on the workout itself. And what other variables can I think of? Short session. Yeah, really volume and warm up, I think, are just the two main things. But regardless of the two, you know, in the midst of your session, there shouldn't be anything stopping you from training with high intensity, training close to failure, and training to a degree where your target muscle, be it legs, back, arms, whatever, your target muscle has received enough stimuli through the work that you've done. So even if you do have a short session, all I'm saying is that's no excuse to not train hard. I mean, there's this video going around of C-Bum telling this guy that he needs to slow down his eccentric, and he replies with, well, I don't want to do that. I'm going to be exhausted for the rest of my workout. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the bloody point, mate. But, you know, he's bigger than me, so in the old school jungle of the gym, I'd have to listen to him. Sorta. Alright, let's get into it. Two more. Loud ass fans. Not a lot of talking today. I'm actually speaking. Nah, I kid. I set up the camera. I had to walk all the way to the gym. Third set. Let's do it. Oh, god damn it. Oh, that hurt. In a good way. I mean, we're only up to the 4th set. And my quads are fucking pumped. Excuse the language. Let's finish this exercise strong. Matter of fact, let's try to finish all exercises always strong. I'll be honest, I think I jerked too hard on that first rep and I might have torn something. Whoops. Oh, honestly, I think I could have done more, but I misgrooved. I'm gonna try that again. Fucking hell. I hit the fucking safety. That's annoying. Oh god. Oh. Yep, the crime scene left as it was, untouched. I mean, if it was heavier, I would probably have stripped all the weights and re-rack it the old way. But I did this for the first set that I failed on, and it worked. So I'll see if I can do it again. Touch steel. My lower back doesn't tweak from trying this. That would be pretty good content, but not for me. Wedge myself in here. Oh fuck, got no balance. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. You haven't actually lost. Boom. I'm dizzy. Alright, last set. No standing on the plate business. Honestly, I was just feeling experimental. I wanted to see what extra heel height would have been able to do for my squat depth. And I mean, I could definitely feel my knee track over my toe a little more. But I'm just gonna go with what I'm comfortable with. Look, it was 6 reps, and then I think 8. If I hit 8 again, I'd be pretty happy. But a wise man once said, I'm gonna go for 100. Oh, look, my lower back didn't. So, 1 week or 10 days since injury, return to squat. I'm pretty happy. Let me just move you back slightly.
What do you think I could do to him? Probably, maybe. Oh, go for it.
Last set. Let's just finish this off, train some calves. I sometimes make the mistake of not going to the absolute fullest on these. I'm gonna try not to make that mistake today. Better. Better. Come on, come on, come on. That's a better set. Tibialis raises. They're great if you're a sports person. Injury prevention in the knee and ankles, and my personal favorite, the superset immediately after training calves. Normally, I try to clear the shot before I hit record. Like, for example, my bags in the shot. But oh, goddamn. Calves are on fire. Talking about the baby cows. Oh. Get out of my fucking shot, mate. I only got one more set. but make a cinematic. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, last set. Unlike Sam, I actually do film my calf sessions because they're a rarity. I need to prove to people that I fucking do them. Not really, no one cares, but whatever. Fuck me. Fuck, that hurts. I mean, how I do these is shoulder width apart, 40, 50 centimeters from the wall is where my heel, and then I just flex my toes as hard as I can. And then I just do this until I can't do it anymore. Simple. That's a wrap. Might as well do the leg check-in whilst I'm here. I ain't bothering going anywhere else. Jeez. Reckon that's nasty? Fuck, I think I'm too far from the camera. Whatever. Let's see. And we are off. Alright. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Which is, I suppose, an idiom. Oh my goodness. Oh, stop that right now. You're trying to... Oh my god, you're trying to get me copyrighted. Anyway. Let's ignore that. I'm not trying to sound like a broken record here, but today's leg session was pretty short as well. Which I was going to say, I don't want to make a reoccurring theme. But at the same time, I am a believer of not being too hard on yourself. So, comes the problem. 4 sets of leg extensions, squats, 2 sets of single leg extensions, that puts me at 9, 3 sets of calf raises, hip raises, total sets. Warm up 10-15 minutes, an hour and 15 session. Like, I feel like it's for me to make the excuse that, oh, you know, my back hurts, my back was tweaked, I'm injured, I shouldn't be doing that much volume. But, you know, there's a lot of exercises I can do that doesn't involve my back and it being in good nick for me to get a nice stimulative workout. So, you know, in the grand scheme of workouts, which I've done surely 1,000 plus of, that session I wasn't too happy with. Like, don't get me wrong, my quads were super pumped and like I felt good during the session. I was definitely pushing myself for most, if not all sets. There were maybe 1 or 2 squat sets that I wasn't a big fan of. And then there was also 1 single leg extension set that I thought was pretty bitch effort. So, yeah, I don't know. it's a weird one, really, trying to balance injury, life, gymming. I think when I'm a PT, the one thing that I want to get across to my clients is that it doesn't really matter what exactly your goal is when going to the gym. You're gonna have to like sacrifice some other part of your life. Does that make sense? Like you can't just pick up a new hobby and then everything else stays exactly the same. It's gonna cut into something. Let's do an example, right? Let's say you start playing golf. Okay, you just started practicing golf, you're at the driving range before you're going down to, you know, actual golf courses. Sure, that's fine. Where does the time come from for you to be able to like do all these things? It must be taken out of probably your leisure time or another hobby or something else or something else or something else. The point being is, if you want to get serious about the gym, or if you want to get serious about like your fitness, your health, you gotta realize that you're gonna have to forego time spent doing something else. And like a classic, this is anecdotal for sure, is that all throughout university, high school, I don't know why I went in reverse, all the way throughout high school and university, even after university, I would love online games, play online games, but it got to the, you know what, if I want to take this gym hoo-ha time into like going to the gym. And it's not just time at the gym as well, you know. I want to study, I want to like improve my knowledge, I want to learn, I'm gonna watch videos, I'm gonna read things, and all of these come under the umbrella term of health, fitness, gymming, that type of lifestyle. And obviously I had to sacrifice my time spent, you know, in front of the computer, which, I mean, saying now seems like a really easy choice to do. Hey, why are you playing an online game? In the moment, it was a little difficult. And I think that's probably like the gray area when it comes to trying to induct people into the gym. Like, it's so easy to say, just go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. Oh yeah, sure, like that's just plain writing. But what's the strategy? What if I'm addicted to games? Or worse, this one's bad, right? And this I think does happen. But let's say, rather than sacrificing screen time on League of Legends, I instead choose to sleep less. That's not very conducive to making gains at all, or nor a healthy lifestyle. But I'm sure there are some people out there that have encountered that. They're like, fuck, I'm only gonna get 4, 5, 6 hours sleep before I gotta wake up and do my AM cardio session or my lift in the morning. Because I do my lifts in the morning because I need to go to work and I need to catch that train and blah 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 blah. Well, look, you're looking at it, I think, from a bit of a narrow view, because it's not just you wanting to go to the gym that's caused, you know, this lack of sleep. It's probably like a reprioritizing or a lack of reprioritizing of where you're gonna spend your time. So I think it's a lot of talking, but the main message I want to get across is, if you're struggling to like find time to go to the gym, you gotta realize that it's actually a little more intense than just committing a few hours per week. It's more like, I'm gonna have to not do something else for a few hours that I probably normally would do to make time for this. Does that make sense? You know what? I've talked for the last 5 minutes, and upon like PTSD flashbacking of what I've just said, it might be really obvious, huh? Whoops. Well, it doesn't matter. I had a good session. Legs were pumped. Could be better pumped. We'll tackle that the next time. Next session in store is going to be arms. which I will likely do either tomorrow or on Saturday. However, the problem with Saturday is that the gym will be 1, extra loud, 2, extra busy, and 3, almost impossible for me to find parking. So that might mean tomorrow is the best time to work out. Alright, well, till then, we'll see you for arms.